Hey guys, welcome to Dragon Family. This is Story Time with Falak, and today's topic is One Day I Wrote Her Name by Edward Spencer. So let's begin. Edward Spencer, born 1552 or 1553 and died 1599, was an English poet best known for The Fiery Queen, an epic poem and fantastical allegory celebrating the Tudor dynasty and Elizabeth I. He is recognized as one of the premier craftsmen of nascent modern English verse and is often considered one of the greatest poets in the English language. Spencer published numerous relatively short poems in the last decade of the 16th century, almost all of which consider love or sorrow. The present sonnet, One Day I Wrote Her Name, was published in 1595 in the 16th century in Spenser's most famous sonnet sequence, Amoretti. Amoretti is an Italian word meaning little loves, which refer to the sonnets so dear to the poet. The present sonnet is sonnet number 75 in the collection of 88 sonnets. The major theme of the poem is the courtship and eventual marriage of Edmund Spenser to Elizabeth Boyle. The speaker addresses indirectly his beloved, attempting to convince her that their love will live eternally. The sonnet consists of three quatrains and one couplet. Rhyme scheme of the sonnet is AB, AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, and EE. Now let's begin with the poem. One day I wrote her name upon the strand, but came the waves and washed it away. Again I wrote it with a second hand, but came the tides and made my pains his prey. Vain man, said she, that dost in vain essay a mortal thing so to immortalize, for I myself shall like to this decay, and eke my name be wiped out likewise. Not so, quoth I. Let better things devise to die in dust, but you shall live in fame. My words your virtues rare shall eternize, and in the heavens write your glorious name. Where, when as death shall all the world subdue, our love shall live, and later life renew. Now let us summarize the poem as well. So the first two lines which says one day I wrote her name upon the strand. Here one day means that the speaker is recalling some past events of his life, some days of his past when he went to the beach, the seashore with his beloved Elizabeth Boyle. And that day he was trying to write Elizabeth's name on the sandy shore, which is strand of the sea. But the waves came and washed her name away. Again, he wrote the name with a second hand. When he says a second hand, it doesn't mean that he was trying to write her name with his other hands, but it implies that he was writing her name with a different handwriting. But despite all of his efforts, the tides again came and made his pains his prey. When he says made my pains his prey, it simply means that the tides knew how much effort he has done by writing her name on the sand. Despite knowing all of this, the tides were taking interest in the annoying look of the poet, as it affected the name again by washing it away. Now, the speaker's beloved, which is Elizabeth Boyle, is speaking here. Now, if you see, there is quite a uncommon thing in here, which is two people are talking in a sonnet, that is very rare. You cannot find a lot of sonnets where two people are talking, but here the poet and his beloved are talking. Now, the poet's beloved, which is Elizabeth Boyle, is saying, Vain man, to the poet, that dost in vain essay. Now, here, vain man means proud man. She is calling him a proud man who is making some unusual attempts to write her name, which is useless, quite useless. It is to immortalize a mortal thing. One day she will also decay from this world, means she will die, and her name will be removed from the sand. With her name, she will also be wiped out from this world forever. Because when she dies, along with her, her name will also be erased from this world and nobody will remember her. So it is quite a futile attempt to write her name because she, like the words on the sand, is a subject to decay as well. But then the poet says that his answer is negative. He says that he will not listen to her, and he says to her, according to the lover, inferior things may plan to disappear. Means it means that other beings may die, but his beloved will live through frame, which means in stories and in people's heart. Simply in his sonnets, the speaker here vows to eternalize his mistress' rare qualities in his poetry. He wants to rewrite such poems in praise of her goodness that she will live in the reader's mind and that will basically immortalize her. Now, according to the speaker, that will be synonymous to writing her glorious name in the heavens. The lover will write his beloved's splendid name in the poetic firmament. When death shall gain control over all the world, it will be unable to do any harm to his verses, as the verses will live forever. As long as the world lives, the verses also lives. It will later inspire life, inspire all succeeding lovers. And yeah, it happens as well. I mean, Spencer's sonnet, we all know about it. Not all of us, but yeah, who is reading the sonnet as their syllabus or as an interest, they will know about the sonnet, and as they read the sonnet, they will know about their love, and it grows further and further away. Now, thanks for watching. I hope you understood the concept. I hope I wasn't boring you as well. Stay connected, stay tuned, and time out.